Hello students, welcome to my class. Today we can talk about the chapter 10, and this particular chapter is the last chapter for your annual examination. So from the exam point of view, I would like to ask you that this part also you should give the importance, and you read, especially the new chapters are very important chapters we are considering, because here a very much like information is hidden, and these are the chapters in fact will be helping you in your class 9 once you are passing through this class 8, and you can acquire a lot of knowledge from here. That's why from the academic perspectives also I would like to suggest you to read through very much all the chapters which is actually we after the third unit chapters that is we actually taught in the classes. So anyway, so here the title of this chapter, especially economic presence of the government when we talk about, certainly here the two very important line is coming, that is about the measures undertaken by the government to secure social and economic justice. The second one is a 5-year plans of the development. Okay, so that is the thing we can find here. So let us talk about the economic problems. Now the biggest problem or the crucial problem that we have got the poverty here. So the poverty is one of the area where people are lacking their basic necessities, and when we have seen before the independence, a lot of people in fact they were deprived of their land, properties, cattle, when they were unable to pay the taxes and revenues to the Britishers, and as a result many people have migrated very far wide areas, and then they remain as refugees, or they remain as nomads. So this way the life started living. So when you find that people are living their own places and then moving to some other places, certainly they will face the different issues, and people of that locality especially, they may not be considering them as their own people. So that is also we have got seen in this time. So therefore the basic necessities when is lacking, it means the development is the development takes time. So therefore here the basic necessities, for example food, shelter and clothing, suppose you have got, then there is a possibility that you can grow up, that you can grow up and you can develop. So that is we have to understand. So it was a problem that was actually direct outcome of unemployment, and the British actually had left the Indian's economy in ruins, and we have seen that British presence actually destroyed everywhere in fact, because whatever the income they collected, whatever the revenues or taxes or the natural resources that they were excavating from here, all this one actually they didn't use, or they didn't utilize in our country. Rather they took this particular wealth and many other resources from India to their own country, Britain. So when the monies are not invested in your own country, then you can see that you will be declining in your economic part. So that's why that is the thing actually happening in this country. So when the economy was not utilized, when the money was not invested in our own country, then the country was towards the ruin. So therefore that is the issue actually, or the problem that we face. So there were people available for work, but there was no work for them, and also there was a wide gap between the rich and the poor. So that is we have seen. It means a big number of people became the poorer, and those who were rich, they were not supportive, they were not caring. So therefore the journey of this forming the new government, the journey of this new formation that has taken place after the independence, actually that took long time. Therefore the government has taken in the hand some of the project. So some of the project that we have to understand, what the project that we can understand. So here the government has taken one of the issues, especially when we talk about the 5-year plans. So what is a 5-year plan all about? Now in order to lead the country on the path of development, the government established the planning commission, that is in the year of 1950, and in this 1950 26 January only we got our constitution, especially constitution came into effect. And then it was the head. It was actually this particular 5-year planning commission has been set in the year of 1950, and it is set by the Prime Minister himself and his members. So the you know what happened here. So the objective of the planning commission was here is to formulate a time-bound programs, so that within the stipulated time, the things has to be complete. The things has to be to fulfill, and to people should get the benefit. So that is we have to see. So this 5-year plan, in fact, especially they focus to increase the national income, and then again they look for the agriculture and industries. Then they look for the development of the employment opportunities, and then also they give the importance on human and natural resources sufficiently to be utilized. And then a planning commission actually developed 12 5-year plans from 1951 to 1917. So these are the big number of planning that actually taken place in order to make our economy to be a very better way to function. So now 5-year plan. Now we have got some objectives, some of the things which is really very much important. So I will go with a point wise. Here the following are the some of the reforms that were actually initiated in the sphere of agriculture. Now when we talk about the 5-year plans in agriculture, the agriculture is only one of the source through which our people can get the food, shelter and lodging around, because if there is no food, people will not survive. Therefore in this area the government gave them more focus. Okay, now number one point the government is took in the hand, that is a abolishment of the zamindari system that exploited a lot of farmers. So this zamindari system was actually abolished, removed, because we have seen in chapter 4, 5 basically how our Indians, peasants and farmers were exploited due to the presence of the zamindari system, and this zamindari system is actually brought by the Britishers. So here the middleman was benefiting the extreme amount, and then the owner, of course, Britishers, they benefited, and then the poor farmers, they have to suffer daily. Okay, so this we can find. So the zamindari systems was abolished. Second one is a provision of a land to tenant peasants in order to encourage them to increase their agriculture production. So that is also, so more you can increase, then better you can get the benefit. Then allotment of fallow land to landless farmers to start cultivation. So fallow land, you have suppose some lands are simply left which is not cultivated, barren lands are there. So surely the farmers can take in the hand, and then they can cultivate this particular soil. Then another important things that they have mentioned, that is the improvement in irrigation facilities in the form of building dams and developing a network of tube wells. So government gradually took the project of constructing the dams, so that when you are able to store the water, you can irrigate water to the agriculture, and you can get the crops. Otherwise, suppose you want to apply the primitive method, then certainly you have to wait for the rains. So as long as the rain is falling, then your cultivation will be done. If the rain is not there, the cultivation will be not done. So that way the country can't move. Therefore, the irrigation system was actually improved, and government gave the importance in this time. So after that, again we can find assistance in the buying fertilizers, tractors and other agricultural implements. It means for the cultivation, faster cultivation, the faster to grow the crops, to fast tilling the soil. A machinery products, machines were actually used, so that you can get the fast products. That is also they focus for. Then another important thing they did, setting up the National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development to grant loans to farmers. Now you must remember, to have a better crops, you need a better seeds, and a better seeds has got a big number of prices. So when to how to get a better better seeds unless you have the money. So therefore the government also set the bank through which the bank can give them loan, and these farmers can buy the seeds, rich variety of seeds, and then also fertilizers and manures to give in the farms. So this way the government also started. Then another thing we have seen, that conduction of awareness drives on healthcare issues such as family planning. So government also focus on the family planning, that people, the family should not be so big. A big number of child is born, then there will be a problem for the mother and father to sustain their family. So therefore family planning also government imposed, so that people will not have the more children and more issues in the country. So that is also the government focus for. Apart from that, you can see that the green revolution has taken place, and this green revolution program, several farmers were actually assisted with the training of new agricultural methods, provided them with a high yielding varieties of seeds, fertilizers, and also to increase the agricultural production in the 1970s. These are the things actually happened. So the program actually benefited the states of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and created self-sufficiency of food in the country. So the green revolution actually brought a big number of development in the country. So in my next class, we will talk about again more about 5-year plans and industry. Now we talk about the 5-year plan and agriculture. Okay. So thank you.